Ukiri mwega muthikiriria wa Samkei wa Shiori na mwiroreri na we unumagirira mahinda me mothe reke njuge ni ndakunyita ugeni muthenya wa umuthi ni tondu o toria ndakwirire kahinda kange ni ati mahinda maya ndirenda twambiririe gwakana ndirenda twambiririe kujenga mmoja na ule mwingine na njira ya gwakana ni njira ya gukurehagira ageni andu aria njui ati mena story very relevant thini wa muturire na mahinda maria turaria no nginya tugaikaraga tukiroraga muturire ri ukoragwo hana atia. And so muthenya wa umuthi ndirenda twari uhoro wa serving the purpose kana guikara wi mubango-ini uria wagirire gukorwo ri. Sometimes andu maturaga guku thino na matioi niki magirire gukorwo magika ugakora mundu ungi ni orire maundu-ini mangi ndoyagirire gukorwo agika atia no niki ni tondu ndari amenya purpose yake. Umuthi ndikire ndi wiki ndina mugeni na mugeni uyu ena karugano we na karugano gaka ni njui ni gagututhomithia maundu maingi kuhitukira maundu ma gu serve purpose na kuhitukira maundu ma gukorwo ukimenya mubango-ini uria wagirire gukorwo ri na nigetha ndukanerire na ndukanaume thino utasavite purpose na nigo kimunyita ugeni na nigetha agikorwo agitwira niwe u aumite ku na muturire wake ukoretwo hana atia. Karibu sana.
Asante sana mchungaji Sam.
Dinakorwo ndahe andu maritwa maku.
Okay.
But I would like you to okire andu witagwo u na umite ku.
Okay. Thank you once again for ukinyita ugeni episode ino ya kuna recording. I'm happy to be here.
Yes.
Jitagwo Pastor Zack Wangi. Jiareiro Juja ni kwa muci. My parents are actually from Limuru and Gatundu. We are from Central Province, but of course, as you know, as tuliendelea na maisha, nilijikuta Nairobi, you know, as everybody tries to find a living and kutafuta direction ya maisha.
Wow.
Yes, so Jiareto Juja tureshia na idano.
Na mugagithomera Juja.
Twaithomera Juja, of course, in high school within Central Province. Dikoba kugweta high school.
Onatuwega kugweta.
Yes. But nitwathomire. And of course later he went to campus and other tertiary institutions kurigana na Ngai agituteithirie.
Yes.
So that has been my experience in terms of the upbringing kana etawa kurerwo.
Yes, na riu muthikiriria wakwa na mwiroreri ni njui kurigana na introduction ile Pastor Zack eka. I believe nditwamumenya na njira nene no riu ri ndikwendaga to dwell muno uhoro wa mugoikara murerere kina ki but thini wa mithomere Pastor Zack ni njui ni gukoragwo na challenges na ni gukoragwo na maundu andu mahitukagira ndiu no utuhutirie ni tumaundu turiku ringi wagirire ringi challenges kana tumaundu twa gugukenia thini wa mirerere-ini na mithomere-ini. Yeah. So
igiambia na ndo abere kuga ati ndereirwo family ya Gikristo.
Yes.
In fact, my parents are pastors, so I'm one of those people metaga PK, pastor's kid.
Pastor's kids.
Yes, so that was my background. But near the munini, I never really planned to be a pastor or to be in ministry, even if my pastors were in ministry.
Wow.
It was not part of my thing. I mean, I didn't the adena mwito cio na diona kari tiodo da derirageria gwika ati gutuika pastor. Not that I didn't like it, but I feelaga that is my area.
Is it because your father maybe no one the challenges ageragira kana why is it that ndoiguaga wina kaundu kau?
I think when you are young your heroes kana andu aria uroraga iguru muno ri muno matikoro kanitha. You see the andu amena mabiacara, andu amena makari, andu amena maundu mega na worio mwana wothe ungimuria wakoro ukenda utuika uri gutire mundu uga pastor. Okay, ni kuri makiwa one or two mundu wothe uga ngenda utuika engineer, ngenda gutuika ndagitari, pilot na maundu ta macio. I think in that young age ona ni munini ri there's nothing that I didn't like about being a church pastor or a view, but it was not my thing. I was just a church boy helping where I can, how guteithiriria huduma. But later in life now, God began to reveal ati ari na mwito wari iguru riakwa. Na he maundu magikekire muturire-ini tondu rimwe tutikorwo tukienda kuingira mubango-ini wa Ngai.
Sure.
Na ke Ngai tondu ni erutire guturehe mutaratara uria akoretwo naguo ni ndu wa maisha maitu ri then he maundu orchestrateaga in our lives na tugekora he maundu mekika
no ingira
na he haria twekora.
Yes.
Na mwisho eri when you look back you see that was God's design and plan.
Wow.
Yes.
Riu ri tajira atiriri ndwari na mubango wa kuingira ministry ini wewe ndago gukura ta ciana iria ingi no ndigikire ugatwika. But about calling. Tell us more about it.
So now what happened when I was a young man, after high school, ni nderiragiriria muno guthi murimo.
Yes.
You know, even today, we call them green pastures.
Sure.
Everyone wants to go abroad, you know. Na ogioria andu aingi manathie embassy imwe kana igiri. Magietha ku magithie isitagwo green pastures.
Na ndai na vision ga guthi.
Ona ari na maono mau.
Ciaro.
Ciaro Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
So even me, that was my plan, and I had relatives there. And most interestingly, also most of my groups that I thought in high school, most of them left and they went. So I felt even me I should join them. So geigwa hii maneno ya Africa ishiki. I want to go abroad. So I started playing this thing they call the green card lottery. And very interesting enough, I won the green card.
Wow.
And I thought, hey, finally, Mungu amejua nie dia ciarirwo njikare the athini afatari guku Africa. Nie ndaciarirwo ndipitiange ile angapoa kule maju.
Yes.
But sikujua Mungu alikuwa na another plan. Winning the green card I thought was now the beginning of my life. But that became the beginning of my crisis.
Yes.
So what happened krikani dashi dali uria program ye koragwo itago diversity visa uria wakaga ri. First you win, then they take you through a process.
Yes.
There's a communication until the time comes when you are allotted what we call visa interview. Kana ukahewa appointment ya visa. But before that happens, it's a whole process that takes some time. Na he namba mafuatago sitago case numbers they kana ugomba kaka. It's been many years down the line. So you have to follow those case numbers until the day comes. So ni eri diamenyire ati kuini turuina turi aingi. Nie meciria makwa marugire makiuga riu nie ndi murimo na ngiambia gwibangora guikara murimo ngi contact my relatives in America ngimwira I'm coming watch this space, you know.
I see.
Kimenyaga ngai ari na mubango. Okay, so what happened with my case number, I think was about 46,000 ama hea na 50,000 visas. So time went by, we communicated makiuga you wait until we give you an appointment. Time wege kinya ngiona this year is expiring, it's 1 year program.
Yes.
You need to have gotten your interview before that. When the time came I realized hii time inakuja na wajanitia appointment. So I wrote emails waiting. Do you know one time I was in a edio gutia kire thimu cia na kiria twathia cyber cafe. Udathire cyber cafe, one time I got an email from Itawanga Kentucky Consular Center, that's the place that communicates. I saw an email that says, this is to inform you that we have closed diversity visa for this year. Try your luck next time. Hey,
ngabone kwa tura ningi.
Hindi ogweke ko oguo ri. Ngewi ni visa no ri. Ndari Kampala, Uganda. I had joined a university there to study computer science. Okay. After I did a diploma course here in Jomo Kenyatta University in IT, so I was going to do computer science in
Uganda.
In Uganda, but those plans now, I abandoned those plans. I came back to Kenya and I was waiting to go to America.
Wow.
Sasa this plan imebounce. So I find myself stranded and that kiu gikorwo kio kia njiriria ama kama kia biriria kia Ngai kugusiriria
uka ministry ni
joke mwito-ini. So what happened, of course, I went through some frustration, which maybe became discouragement, graduated into depression, and for a few months and years I was living like a fugitive. To diendaga gucamania na andu. No imagine ithoni icio wirite andu ni urathi murimo
America na uri ucuru
utigite university ukera andu ni turi from the other side, see you on the other side. Then they see you in Nairobi, so ukiona mtu unapotea. Sometimes we would meet two people with different stories of my life. Oyo aroria, hey, when are you going to America? Oyo aroria, agikamera ndabirie kosi guku Kenya. So I would meet three people, I don't want them to talk, so I dominate the conversation. Nigo matikoria siuria, mabikuria, what's happening in this guy's life. So that was my life for a long time. It was a lifetime of confusion. But it was in that season that God began to draw me to himself. Out of desperation.
Yes.
Let me be honest. Niĩ ndiatengereire Ngai nĩ ũndũ wa atĩ nĩ kwenda Ngai nĩ thĩna.
Out of
depression and frustration. So I started going to God, crying to God, hey, Mungu nihurumie, help me, my life is scattered. I saw my dreams just collapse because my life was America.
Yes.
But in that process of desperation, God is very merciful. God began to work something inside of me. I became deep in God. Oro agwetha mwathani mahoya ni undu wa thina ti ati
ne kaundu wa fatalitio ne
ti ati ona ati ni foundation ndari nayo
na riu ri pastor there are these people most this young generation, the modern generation, life yao otaweri ndikoragwo igugu Kenya. Actually they are here physically but mentally wako chambere. Na riu ri nginyagia ona turaga cyber
ageragia green card
green card ona matumanagira nginya ona ingi nginya gutembesha ni tondu also kwina
interview charges and whatever.
Yes,
and also conmanship
na conmanship. Now mundu agakinya handu agatuika frustrated na muturire tondu ikuma hauri then what?
Yes.
How can you tell those kind of people?
What I would say, I think, is what you utwambiririe no twambiririe wega muno to ugire atiriri ni wega mundu amenye purpose yake. Ye purpose na gikuyu itamukaga atia. Ndini ritwari kuri no ritu ucio wa kunyita purpose ni ta
mwerekera wa haria wagi
mundu wa muturire ndi tugwita mwito o mundu akiri mwito wake muturire-ini
nduge kugitire maundu maingi ma githongo muno ni gitumi gia kuya gutura
ni gitumi gia muturire kana ni gitumi kiriku Ngai agutumire thi ino.
Yes.
So that is what is important. Let me say there are people who God has ordained for them to go abroad.
Sure.
And there are places they can go to all those countries because ucio niguo mubango wa Ngai iguru ria maisha mao. But many times thino hatukoragwo nao. Na to andu anini nginya andu agima tuonaga na maitho maya maki turoraga uguo tukarora. No aririkana Abraham akigiana na Lot. Lot arorire naki
na maitho ma mwiri
akiuga nie guko ni ndurona nikuo guthaka. Riu ithuĩ tuonaga movies tukona America tukauga I want to go to Europe, I want to go to the UK, I want to go to Sweden. Niki to turona maundu memega.
Yes.
Kwi andu manathie ku na maundu makagira. Kwi angi mathire muturire wao githirira hau. Kihiko kiao gigithira, ciana ikiingira uhoro wa ndawa. Na maisha ma mundu ucio erora akauga anga ndingiathire America kana ndingiathire kabai akeyuria ucio niguo ari mubango wa Ngai. So what I'm trying to say, wherever place Ngai wekora ri kindu kiria kina bata muno ni umenye atiriri gitumi kiria Ngai andumire thino ni kiriko.
Yes.
Because once God reveals na kumenya gitumi kiu ti undu muhuthu ni Ngai oguragiria mundu.
Yes.
Wanyita.
Yes.
Agako either akuhitukiria njira kadhaa no aririkana Saul.
Yes.
Saul atengeranagia na bunda cia ite. Tondu akira mwito wake ni gutuika muriithi wa
ngunda.
Etagwo ngunda.
Kiraonda ngoro.
Muriithi wa donkey.
Yes.
Kumbe God alikuwa amepanga akuwe nani?
Sure, king.
To become the king of the land. But no circumstances serious okay, there was a crisis. In that confusion God connects with Samuel. Fuda ni ciorire. Andu aingi no fuda maretha muturire-ini we.
Dari amenya.
Taturia
atiriri pastor. How do you come to a place of knowing who I am?
Okay. I would say, as I said, Ngai no oguragiria mundu. Na huthagira njira nyingi muno.
Yes.
Undu wa mbere, Ngai no ahuthire ndungata ciake. We believe in gifts and graces. Ona ni kuri Ngai ni aguragiria ndungata ciake mau.
Yes.
Ungikorwo we connected na ndungata ya Ngai. Toguo Samuel erire Saul atiriri we mwito waku niki
ni gutuika muthamaki.
So Ngai no arehe mundu maisha-ini maku uguririo we na ugurio.
Yes.
Na akwire we Ngai arauga u niguo mwito waku. Iyo ni njira imwe.
Wow.
Njira ingi Ngai ni ahuthagira circumstances kana iundu.
Yes. Tamasho mara wageragira.
Tamauda ageragira. No aririkana akimerio Jona akimerio ni
thamaki.
Ngai no ahuthire thamaki.
Yes.
Nanyita
kumeria gutware gitumi
kumeria ne gutware hari urenda guthi. So there are circumstances God can reveal himself through people and many times Ngai ageragiria mundu tushira tu.
Yes.
Eventually it becomes clear na ningi Ngai agekira riri thiini wa ngoro yaku Ngai akambia kugwikira kauga passion kana kawendo kauga gwika kaundu kau.
Riu ri ndungata ya Ngai ri ni wetha mwathani ni undu wa mathina na wang'ang'ana ni wa muhoya ugucemania nake ha?
Well, it took a while. It took a few, it was a while actually. I would say a few years, but maybe mainly around a few months.
Yes.
Quite a number of months I was in that season of confusion and depression, I would say, until now God began to direct me. What happened? I went back to my rural church or you see, when you become a young man, you come to Nairobi, you start being you're a cool guy.
Yes.
Maneno ya tao ushikanini sana. So God alinihambo akanirudisha Gishagi. And I started now ile kanisa ya home siku anataka kuingilia sana. I became there, I started serving. Na heki undu kibo kia ndeithirie na reke ngwete uguo. Muthenya umwe ndathikagiriria mahunjio muhunjia akiaria maundu matatu macenjirie maisha makwa. Akiuga andu aingi in life there are 3 things that will help you.
Yes.
No matter where you're called. One, start where you are. Wambie hari uri.
First point.
Yes. Start where you are.
Yes.
Secondly, do what you can. Ino ni quote remwe ni attribute go to different people.
Sure,
but hemo ndaiguiria akihunjia maundu mau. So start where you are. Weha. Inde korire juja. Kiambia gutumika kanitha. Kiambia gutuika involved na mahoya na youth. That's where I was. Secondly, do what you can. I was serving in the youth. That's what I could. Then use what you have.
Okay.
Do what you can. Start where you are. Use what you have. Those 3 steps is what changed my life. I listened to that sermon once in my depression and confusion. And God told me, where are you? I'm in Juja. Start here. What do you have? I love young people. I love teaching. Start there.
Start with them.
And we started a movement, actually. There was almost a revival, having young people come for prayer and keshas. I started doing ministry. And that became a platform. And as I was doing that, God ignited a fire and a passion in me for ministry.
Wow.
Until one day I visited a church to preach in another pastor's kids church. And the pastor came and told me, so where do you pastor? Gemwira ni maundu ma pastor dipa ajirio domwe. Go to Bible school because there's a calling over your life. And that now began a new door of ministry for me.
A new journey.
A new journey of ministry.
Now this journey of the ministry. Thĩinĩ wa ikereka rĩrĩ tũgĩthiĩ kũrĩkĩrĩria rĩ. Nĩ ngwenda ũgĩtwe encourage gatondu kũrĩ na andũ mehana matirĩ maramenya purpose ciao. Rĩu we nĩ wathiĩ nĩ wacemania na nĩ wathiĩ kanitha, nĩ wathiĩ nĩ wagĩa na maũndũ marĩa matatũ atĩ start where you are. Do what you can, then
use what you have.
Use what you have. Na we nĩ wambĩrĩria gwĩka ũguo. Then Ngai nĩ ambĩrĩria kũ manifest.
Yes.
Thĩinĩ waku. Na mũndũ ũngĩ nake nĩ akuona haya. Uyu ena kindu. Na kindu giki no kihũthĩke. Na nĩ ambĩrĩria gũkũhe mwerekera. Rĩu rĩ ngwĩciria no thiĩ Bible school, rĩngĩ ũthome tondũ hena rĩtana thĩinĩ waku. Na rĩtana rĩrĩ rĩ rĩkwambĩrĩria kũruta wĩra atĩa? Tatũhe.
Once you become, you see, kũmenya mwĩto waku nĩ ũndũ ũmwe. Okay? There are people who are in different phases of life. There are people who know their purpose, the others who don't. But still knowing your purpose, kumenya mwĩto waku thĩinĩ wa maisha is not the magic thing that fills everything.
Yes.
Once you know your purpose, Paul, I think the Paul Kapita aragia kaugatia, put every effort to make your calling sure.
Yes.
He effort yo gwikira mwĩto-inĩ waku so that your calling
umenye the perfect way.
Exactly. Yeah, Peter kwalia kaugatia, to this add knowledge, to this add this, to this add character. So he maundu mundu eugagirira wamenya mwĩto waku.
Yes.
Andu a manona mubira ri na ne illustration ri kwi athaki a mubira wonaga andu ani mari kiheo
no tabia
no ri uhoro wa add character na maundu mangĩ ukona nĩ magire
zero.
So gukorwo na mwĩto na kumenya mwĩto waku maisha-inĩ maku ri is not the end.
Yes.
You need to also know, what do I need to add? How do I make my calling sure? How do I apply wisdom? So the process ye gere Ngai ambagia kurehe mundu, Ngai agagũconnect na andu, Ngai agagũput in certain places in different seasons of life to equip you and prepare you so that eventually, as Habakkuk writes, this vision begins to speak.
Wow. Ena kindu Romans 12 to yuga that lady about the conformity.
Yes.
That do not continue to behave like the world. Hena gũcenjia behavior. And I think that's where the character irokira in kwambĩrĩria kũmenya he njĩra cia behave, he ũrĩa wagĩrĩire nĩ gwĩkua, he the issue of perseverance.
Yes.
Nĩgetha menyage atĩ will ya Ngai hĩndĩ ĩrĩa araruta wĩra thĩinĩ wakwa rĩ araruta atĩa.
Yes.
Do I need tũcoke harĩa ũgire atĩrĩrĩ kwambĩrĩria harĩa ũrĩ nĩkĩ wĩna kĩo then ya gatatũ yuma
nĩkĩ wĩna kĩo wambie harĩa ũrĩ nĩkĩ wĩna kĩo na wĩke ũrĩa ũngĩhota no haha gwĩka ũrĩa ũngĩhota rĩ sometimes andũ aingĩ nĩ marũgaga. How can you advise atĩ do what you can, use what you have,
haha ko use what you have ri tondu ndingi ni mendete kuruga kuga riri ndingithie maguru atia ndure Kenya bengi na ngari agathia akomba roni nigetha agie na ngari nigetha aiganane na ari angi nona tikiria enakio no aruga muturire nigetha aiganane na ari angi. What can you advise?
For me, I would just sum it up in one word to say God is a God of process. Ngai akiambia thino ambirie na ndo igana
eri
umuthi tuli igana
milioni nyingi muno
bilioni kwa anga maroga te bilioni mugwanja ri. So there is nowhere in the Bible Ngai ambagia na wingi
asha
na maandiko mauga Zakaria ati do not despise the days of humble beginnings. So if God is building you, God will start with small, and that has always been the template. Iyo ndio design ya Ngai. So kwenda kuruga kuga ati ndirenda ngoro hanona niguo Ngai ambie kuhuthira jetereire nyambi gwitwo ngahunjie kanitha nene ni ndambirie na kwariria yuthi thano uguo kesho tuku no kiu kesha urahunjiria tatu eri metoro koguo ndakiri na andu na ringi no anyita. So that's where you begin. And then later God has opened doors for me, you know, by God's grace I've preached even beyond our boundaries by God's grace. But what I want you to understand, there's a process God takes us through. But God begins with dealing with you as an individual. Weru turore kwi Ngai no connect kwi Ngai because Ngai niwe uyu wakurehire thino niki na niwe uyu njirere wagirie kugera. Once you commit and dedicate yourself to God, then God niwe u director mundu to njira yaku tiyo ya ngugera njira ya John agerire ri tiyo Joseph agerire asha tiyo Daudi agerire o mundu egacira gake
morito mohuthu o mundu njira-ini yake
o mundu agacira gake.
Wow, that's bad.
Ngai niwe onanagia mundu gacira ka koguo tutingiuga ati Samuel ekire atia Samuel agereire atia niguo no, you can't have my template is not your template. But find the God who is the God of the template. Na ni ukwerekera weru turura maisha ni maku na we you know we korwo we vulnerable before God. Ngai niwe onagia mundu njira
atetwiragwo he is the author and the perfecter of our faith. Wow, that's very powerful. Riu ri tukirikia kwena ibuku rirauma can you tell us more about it? Nigetha ringi andu makome na
okay.
We are waiting.
I've actually authored a book, but that's actually it was last year or so, but I'm in the process of making hard copies. It's all about destiny, the pursuit of destiny, and with time I think once everything is done I'll be able to advise on how I can get, but for now available online itago the pursuit of destiny, and I'm online Amazon and you download, you can get soft copies. But hard copies I'm working on having them. It's about destiny because it's important in life we understand purpose, not destiny. Once you know your purpose ni gashira. Gashira kau agafuata wega gatwara mundu kundu gwitagwo destiny. So purpose ni gashira. Purpose is not the end. Purpose is a direction. That leads you to your destiny. Na platform where you go to the destiny. Mwishowe utafika kwa destiny yako. Ama hatima. Kwa Kiswahili. So by God's grace in due time we'll send the right copy. Alomereria Samkei Washiri kwina ifuku. Ifuku ni soft copy thini wa Amazon, Pursuit the Destiny. Riandikitwo ni Zack Wangi. Pastor Zack Wangi, na ungithie uingire thini wa Amazon ni ukora na ifuku riu na uthome nigetha umenye the principles of success ni iriku. Na maundu macio mothe niwe thini wa thino mandiko matwiraga atiriri ati iron sharpen the iron, ati gutire cuma inoraga iri ingi. Na uguo ri hindira twina ndungata ta ici ri Ngai ahete maugi na kamahe maundu maingi magirutara na mori reke turumagirire na nigetha tutigaikare o handu hamwe tuikarage twi frustrated na muturire na tugakorwo ni tutaramenya ni nako turorete. So tukinya hau muthenya wa umuthi, but this conversation will continue. Sure. Reke njuge atiriri umuthi tigwo mwisho. Kwina maundu maingi muno tungiaria na ni njui no tuguthie na mbere na kumaria tondu Pastor Zack twe nake, he is my colleague, na ni njui ni ari passion ya kwaria na andu, na by the way nikio ndimureheta nigetha twaranirie, but this will continue. This is not the end, and no umuthi kugutigira hau na Ngai akurathime na gwike wega, and do not forget to subscribe to that channel. Thank you. Goodbye for now.